Hello, and welcome to the Steve and Mark Discuss podcast, where we'll all listen to Steve bringing up a subject, and then I will respond to his comments or whatever he talks about. So, over to Steve.
Hi, people. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that Grant Shapps, the British,
Yeah, okay.
the chap in charge of the armed services in the UK, was beating his chest a lot.
Yeah.
You know, was beating his chest a lot, and he was like an emperor with no clothes because he was beating his chest and there's nothing to back up.
Yeah.
And the latest thing about the UK is that they will not send troops to Ukraine to fight alongside the Ukrainians. Surprise, surprise, quelle surprise.
Yeah.
Speaking of French, which I just did,
Mhm.
I wasn't wanting to talk about Grant Shapps. I wanted to talk about Macron, who basically he's doing the same thing as Shapps did.
Yeah.
You know, we should send the troops to Ukraine. We should, we should enter this fight. And he was really, adamant, even though the people around him were saying, "Whoa, hold on there, big guy."
Yeah.
Hold on. But he was adamant. Anyway, what happened on Wednesday was that a police station was attacked in the district of La Courneuve in Paris because an 18-year-old was killed he was on a moped being chased by the police, and one of the police cars pulled out in front of him.
Yeah.
And he hit the police car and he died.
Yeah.
Now, this attack on the police station was around about it was like about a good half hour, and the people who were attacking the police station were using heavy fireworks.
Yeah.
Like the cannons they have here in Brazil.
Yeah.
Only instead of going up in the air, they were being sent to the windows of the police station.
Yeah.
Now, La Courneuve is where the Olympic Village is going to be during the Olympics in a couple of months' time, and is also a short way away from Stade de France, which is the big stadium there, where they're going to be holding a lot of the track and field.
Yeah.
So the thing is that Macron, he needs to get his act together internally before screaming about sending troops to Ukraine. What is he gonna do? He's gonna have an awful lot of soldiers in the streets because La Courneuve.
Yeah.
For those who know, I used to live in Paris for about 6 months, and I know these little
areas.
I wouldn't say department, but areas. Yeah, good word. Thanks for the resgatti. What is it? Thanks for the rescue. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. But it's a heavily immigrant population.
Yeah.
Mainly Muslim. I'm not saying that anything's going to happen.
No.
Far be it from me to say.
Yeah.
However, what we do know is that in France there is a little bit of conflict between the police and the Muslim community. It'll be interesting as the Olympics unfurls as to what's going to happen. You can't blame it on first of all, you can't blame it on the Russians, because apparently the International Olympic Committee have said that only 40 athletes from Russia using neutral flag
Yeah.
will be allowed to take part.
Mm.
So, Putin, he complained about that, saying, that athletics should be kept away from politics.
Yeah.
But hey, we're talking about the International Olympic Committee
Mm.
and who reigns them.
Yeah.
So there you have it. So what do you think is gonna happen in the future? Let's get out our little crystal ball and have a look and see what's going to happen in the future. What do you think?
Well,
We could make it interesting. Have a little wager if you like.
hang on. The way the world's going at the moment, I'm putting all bets off. Yeah.
I think you're a wise man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, remember leading up to the 2012 Olympics in London, there was a few riots the year before that, and quite embarrassing. I was there. To be quite honest, a big do about nothing. A few idiots about on the streets. The police sorted it all out. People got arrested. They almost had kangaroo courts. People been caught. Just admit it. And, get on with your lives, as it were. You're a stupid boy for a girl for a few minutes. It's possibly absolutely nothing will happen. I mean, I will say this. I mean, police-wise, militarily-wise, and everything else, the French are as good as anyone else, intelligence-wise as well. And they're probably a little bit harder than the British police would be, and military as well, possibly. I mean, you see what they're doing sometimes to some of the protesters. Other times, I mean, they got the extreme part of the police force, the riot squad, and if they go in, your day is going to get very, very bad very quickly. Not like our policemen. You might not doing that, please. Don't do it. Yeah. Not I'm advocating violence as a solution to anyone for anything. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's optimism to actually think there will be an Olympics coming up soon. We got another pandemic between then and now.
I think the safest race is going to be the marathon, because we know that a North African is gonna win. Because they normally do.
Yeah, who's based in Europe anyway. It is a it's a stage of the world at the moment. Have we been through this before? I must admit, I think it is the most unusual times I've certainly read about, even if not experienced in my life. And we've been through all my 50 years of century perception of the world. I can't remember any time like the present. I don't know why Macron's going around beating his chest. I mean, Shaps knew he didn't have anything.
Because it's because there's a little guy who's got the Napoleon complex.
Oh yeah, I've been reading about or hearing about some other things that he may have other issues. That's been again. I'm not going into that conjecture about private life. It is a. I don't know. I mean, maybe these politicians are so out of touch with the mood on the ground. I mean, yeah, we've covered the conflicts in Eastern Europe and what we believe and don't believe. Yeah, I think we're pretty much on the same page on that one. But I really don't know. I mean, yeah, when's his time scale for sending his troops, his boys into Ukraine, if some already aren't there already?
It's just this at the moment, I'm afraid. Yeah. Just this.
Yeah. I mean, Putin's just won an election, so he's quite popular, but he's not really making any strange noises for me. I mean, okay, no. He's got his special operation going on there. As we've said before, it's a territorial struggle. There are a few other issues as well that people forget history quite quickly.
But I don't think any threat will come from the Russians. No. On the Olympics, no. If it's going to come from anywhere, it's going to come from somewhere else.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to say where because people will complain.
Yeah, you and me are thinking about the same, and I'm saying the intelligence services will hopefully be up to scratch. Will be. I mean, they're already deporting certain elements out the country already. They're not sending them to Rwanda; they're sending them to somewhere else. Yeah, nice cozy to Rwanda. We've discussed this before. You know, give me a few quid, and I'll go and do some good there. Yeah, it's a. I don't think anything will happen. I do hope not. But like I say, I mean, there's a long time between now and then anyway for the Olympics to actually happen. And like I said, we might have another a pandemic between then and now, for all I know what's going down.
But I know that they had the Olympics during the war, so you know, I'm sure that you know, it'll get through. But it's just the inconvenience of it.
Well, you never know. I mean, it could be that they'll have to do some political movement, and it could be opened by President Le Pen, for all we know. But you know, that's